play.
Perfect. Alrighty.
All right, guys, here we are again in Game 4. Sorry, I'm gonna just take it this time. I'm gonna smack it out
Do
from
it.
your hands.
Do it.
On of introducing. We are here on the map Steps of War with Chrome spawning as the orange Protoss in the bottom left-hand corner, and Ironclad spawning as the pink Zerg in the top right-hand corner. Ironclad taking a very good Game 3 last game, so now it's up 2-1 in Chrome's favor. He chose Steps of War, and get to like it while you can, guys, because Steps of War will actually not be in any future games for our clan tournaments.
Nice.
I'm excited.
I like that, actually, because I hate Steps of War. Are we going to move over to the new GSL map pool by some chance?
We will be soon. I'll switch up the map pool every now and again, but we'll talk about that in the map thread. Right now, we're going to take a look at what these players are doing. We do see that if Ironclad actually I've noticed that Ironclad has been like expanding at awkward maps like every game. Like Metalopolis is great for it, but then he fast expand on Zelnaga, which I didn't expect him to do. And then he didn't fast expand on Scrap Station, which I expected him to do. So if he actually fast expands here, I will punch him in the face.
Let's see. It looks like he. I think he
Oh my
might.
gosh, is he gonna 14 hatch?
I think he is.
Oh my gosh.
He is going to 14 hatch. Apparently that's
14
his.
hatching on steps will.
Yep, there it goes.
I mean, 14 hatch is a great build, but you 14 hatch on steps of war.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
There are honestly so many things that Protoss can do to you on Steps of War. I mean, I guarantee you, the second Chrome sees this, he probably is going to go ahead and start laughing. Like, I would actually start giggling if I saw this on Steps of War against a Zerg opponent.
Yeah,
I'd be like, get the proxy gate him. Yeah.
You can do pretty much anything as Protoss on Steps of War. The map is so favored to anything but Zerg. It's insane.
Oh! Okay, no, never mind. I thought he was gonna trick him by canceling the Cyber Core and building a gateway, but instead he decided to be a wimp and build the Cybernetics Core in the correct place.
Indeed. Now it looks like this poor drone's going to continue to run around here. Actually, already taking quite a bit of damage, so Chrome is not going to reveal his tech at all yet. I do like this placement by this Overlord over here by Ironclad. It will prevent Chrome from being able to put a proxy pylon back here behind these rocks. That's a very popular place to put them.
Yeah, that is an extremely popular place. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, just right on that high ground behind those rocks. Very easy to get to by the Protoss, very long to get to by the Zerg, and allows you to warp in units on the low ground, like in the Zerg base. So, I mean, that's a very good position to have that Overlord. Ironclad has obviously experienced this before.
I think every Zerg in the world has. And actually, it looks like Chrome's going to swap out for a fresh probe. The other one getting a little tired, going to bring a new one in to replace him. I'm just going to kind of scout around, see that there's...
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, when your probe's running out of batteries, you have to swap them out. You can't just leave the same probe in there. I mean, it might run out.
That's true.
I think the reason is because he wants to actually proxy Ironclad. And earlier in the tournament, I do believe Chrome actually proxied a pylon down in that little nook and cranny. It might have been another Protoss, but I think I've seen Chrome on Steps of War before. Might have been Xandix, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that that's another proxy location that he wants, but it's going to get found by these Zerglings because of this great overlord placement.
Exactly. And also, this drone's going to go up here and scout too, man. He just does not want any kind of proxies near him. I don't blame him at all. That really screws you up as Zerg if you have a proxy somewhere around you at all. Now he's going to throw his Rotoran down again. Good, yeah. Roaches are pretty much a staple in PvZ right now because they are just so good against gateway units.
You know, they're just great defensive units in general. Like, if you just get some roaches out, you feel so incredibly safe, and that's so important. I mean, especially on a map like Steps of War, Ironclad is playing this map brilliantly, aside from that fast expansion, which you and me both sort of didn't like, the hatch first.
Indeed. Now,
he is scouting everywhere. He's got great Overlord spread. He's checking for everything that could possibly be coming.
Now, I do want to mention Chrome is actually going to throw a proxy pylon down over here, but this Overlord is in plain view, will see this without any doubt at all. So I feel like, and Chrome should have seen this Overlord by now. Actually, I think. Yeah.
I don't think he knows where it is. I think it's on the high ground and he can't see it.
He actually can. If you look at his vision from that pylon, he can actually see that Overlord beautifully.
Oh wow, yeah, he does.
So
all right, now I'd like to mention one thing I disagree with sort of in Chrome's play. Okay, he's actually starting to get a little bit more aggressive. Is I don't think he's exploiting this enough. Like, he's kind of letting... Ironclad actually shouldn't have been able to get away with this hatch first. I mean, that's something that you should never let a Zerg get away with on Steps of War, is hatching first. Because it's just so easy to stop. And I think Ironclad is actually playing this a little bit too passively.
I think so as well. Now, it looks like Chrome will be throwing his own Nexus down. This poor Overlord will go down inside the base, so that supply block Ironclad. It actually does supply block him. So good pick there by Chrome.
Like, yeah. Very good job seeing that Overlord. You want to take out every Overlord you can, obviously. And actually, Chrome going to throw down an expansion, so it actually looks like he's done the same build in all 3 maps, regardless of what he scouted.
Exactly.
And, it is very good. It is very good to have one build and practice it thoroughly. But I mean, sometimes when you're in a situation like this, you do sort of had to add a little bit of variance, because I think Ironclad might have noticed, like, he did have a lot of trouble with what Chrome was doing early on in the series. Well, it looks like he's starting to get a hang of what Chrome's been doing with that early 3 warp gate pressure.
Exactly.
It's almost straight up 3 warp gate aggression.
But now Chrome's just gonna come right in the base right now. Apparently day 9 is on. How awesome is that? Anyway.
Yeah, I got that toast notification too.
Oh, it just makes my heart twitter a little bit. Apparently Obelisk is actually...
God has infused us.
Indeed. No, Chrome backs off. I don't like that. I want to see Chrome use this map to his advantage, although he is making Ironclad build a ton of spine crawlers. Wow,
yeah, that's actually an unnecessary amount of spine crawlers.
+9.
You should actually cancel like 2 of those.
+9 roaches plus Zergling speed, so he's just ready to go balls out defense at this point. And
yeah, you know what? If Chrome actually doesn't get a lot of some sort of tech going here, or a lot of units spawn, he's actually doing a very good job keeping his money low. Like, that's actually incredibly impressive how low his money is at the moment. He might actually just be killed with all the units he's forced Iron to make. Because, I mean, this is what you want to do against a Zerg player. You want to force them to make units instead of drones. But, sometimes it gets to the point where you force them to make so many units, they just kill you. And you gotta be ready for that response.
Exactly. Now, it looks like the lair is almost done for Ironclad, so might we see... I kind of hope to see... I want to see some Mutalisks in this series. Mutalisks change the game so much when you get them.
Yeah, and they did fall out of style against Protoss when they've learned about the air builds, when they learned how to deal with them. But for a while, Mutalisks were the hardest thing for Protoss to deal with in the game. Like, when I played Protoss, and I remember the day when I would actually Mass Phoenix every single game to stop my opponents from going Mutalisks.
Exactly, because let's be honest, Stalkers are terrible against Mutalisks. I mean, they really are. Even with Blink, they're terrible.
You have to have a very large number of Stalkers, and against Zerg, you kind of don't want that large number of Stalkers. You'd much rather have a large number of Zealots combined with some Sentries and maybe a few Immortals. I mean, Stalkers become good in the late game just because you get so many of them.
But again, it looks like he's going to favor these Hydralisks instead. Now, how much has Ironclad seen in Chrome's race? He actually hasn't really seen much at all. He hasn't seen the robotics bay or the robo facility at all.
He's only seen what he's seen in the initial game. He's only seen those 3 warp gates. I would really like Iron to actually fly an Overlord around and scout the back. One thing as a Zerg player, actually on any map, is always have an Overlord floating behind a natural expansion of your Protoss opponent, or even your Terran opponent, just so you can check if those minerals are being mined from. You can just click on them and see how many are remaining, and if it's below how many originally started, then you obviously know it's got an expansion there.
Exactly. Now, something I do want to mention, there is an Immortal out. Looks like Ironclad's just starting to get really offensive here with his spine crawlers. I like this actually a lot. And he is getting Burrow as well. Now, I kind of want to see the Tunneling Claws to go along with this, so these Roaches gain they just gain a completely different dynamic once they have Burrow move. It makes...
Yeah, he doesn't even have Roach speed out yet.
No, he does not. Now, here's a changeling going to walk on in here. Going to say, hey guys, what's up? Oh, never mind, I died.
He's gonna die. Now, one thing interesting, Chrome is picking up the gold expansion. Let's see if he can actually use that to his advantage. Ironclad's also getting the drop upgrade for his Overlords. I think even before Overlord speed. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Anyway, maybe he meant to get Overlord speed and instead got dropped.
Oh, you're right. Huh. Well,
Because, I mean, I know one reason on this map why you would want Overlord Speed is so you can actually create a creep highway and do this for spine crawlers. It's actually a build Idra will do on Steps of War or Close Positions Lost Temple, where you actually spine crawler push your opponent really quickly with fast Hydras and rushing Overlord Speed.
exactly. Now, Ironclad needs to be careful here. He needs to stay back within these spine crawlers. His army is not nearly enough to take on Chrome's army yet. Actually, he really needs to kind of give himself more here. The small force he has will not really do anything. Although, there he goes, making some more Hydrals now, getting the Groove Spine upgrades. That will help a lot. Although, there is a Colossus on the way, along with Extended Thermal Lance, so that will, again, change how Ironclad's going to have to deal with this, and making all these Hydrals is not quite the best way.
Right, and wow, a lot of Hydrals on the way for Ironclad at the moment.
Now, there's some I want to mention.
I mean, wow,
I want to mention something about Chrome's play here. He is not a Twilight Council person. I feel like if he had gotten charged for his Zealots right now, that would make them so much more effective against all these Hydralists.
You know, even Blink, I favor Blink first a lot more against Zerg. Charge I will get later game, but Blink's just such a useful tool. Especially with the Immortals in your army, you can run your Stalkers in, do damage, blink behind your Immortals, and just have them tank the rest. And it's just such a good tool. And Chrome, you're right. He hasn't gotten the Twilight Council in any of these games we've seen.
No, he looks like he's kind of timid, kind of afraid to spend the money on it. And there's another changing, walking in there, see the army. Now, Chrome doesn't realize this one though. Ironclad gonna move up, snipe a pylon. He does realize there is an Immortal in this army now, and he's gonna make some more roaches. I'd like to see a Spire get thrown down here instead. He needs to start teching a little bit more for the occasion. Also, I'd like to see him make a third. I'm surprised he hasn't taken the third expansion yet.
Yeah, you know, if we look at I mean, even if we look at the Harvester count, we see a lot of what was going on last game. Chrome up to 57 Harvesters, and Iron only down to 33. And he's actually making a lot of drones and...
Oh, actually...
oh my god, he's going all in.
He's going all in. I would have said wait for this, because your Spine Crawlers are not in any position yet for this. Okay, well, here we go.
Oh, and some force fields. Yeah, that's going to be GG.
That is.
Those are great force fields, splitting the army completely in half. Yeah, that's... Wow.
I think that was a poorly timed thing there, because you've been working so hard and getting all these spine crawlers up there to begin with. Why stop now? He's going to retreat back there, but way too much damage has been done. He just needs to go in now and just...
Oh, and here he goes again.
Yeah, this...
Here he goes up the ramp. Great split. There's a GG by Ironclad.
Yeah, there we go.
And that's going to be it for that series. So Chrome wins the first best-of-5 series 3-1. It is now tied up. So it's one more best-of-5 series. Whoever wins this best-of-5 will win the official tournament. So, you ready to get into the second series?
Let's get into that second series. I'm excited.
All right, well, here we go.